Welcome to MentorUs Live. Today in this adrenaline-filled episode, we're chilling with Zac. Okay, this is Pedzi Lewis Hamilton Jr. That was a very close race.
That's Hamilton Jr.
All right, like I've been following the Formula One. I watched it on Netflix. Drive to Survive.
That's
right.
A brilliant show.
Who would you bet on?
Max Verstappen.
Why?
He's my driver.
What?
I've supported Red Bull since I started watching Formula 1. Right from Sebastian
Interview's
Vettel
over.
and Mark Webber.
No, but he's shown himself to be very resilient.
No, he has done. Of course, there are controversies, but
Yes.
he's a really good driver. I like him a lot.
I think the most phenomenal thing is his age.
Yes.
It's probably like 23.
Yeah, 23, 22.
You're 19.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Zac, thanks again for making time.
No worries. No.
I'm really excited. I usually come here, race, and before I met you, I thought I was the fastest person on the track.
Jeez.
And then that myth was demystified, so. But thank you for sparing your time.
No worries.
But tell us a little bit about who you are.
So, my name's Zac Dufty. I've been racing karts for 12 years now. I've raced all over the world. I've done driver coaching in Italy and in the UK, South Africa as well. Raced in Italy, UK and South Africa, and of course Zimbabwe as well. So
That's the. Yeah. So, like when you were growing up,
yeah.
maybe let me say it in this: what made you decide or think of taking this career path as the ultimate?
My granddad was involved in the building of Donnybrook, James Dufty, and then he never did racing. He was more on the marshal side, the organisation side, and then my dad also did karting as well, lots of sponsorship and that sort of thing. And then sort of, I think I was probably 5 years old and we decided to go watch a karting race, and I thought, let's do it. It's my turn.
I mean, that's really good, because growing up, like all I knew, either be a doctor,
Yeah.
a lawyer, an engineer.
Yeah.
And you have had the opportunity to actually select this kind of line here.
That's one thing that I'm very thankful for, is that my parents never pushed being a doctor, but it was always about education growing up. You
Right.
know, Zac, you need to do well in your exams. Zac, you need to finish school. I tried so many times to drop out of school because that just wasn't for me. But yeah, no, I always had to go to school. You know,
Yeah.
life's what you make of it. You know, I know there's these egos and that sort of thing, like, yes, I'm a doctor and I've got uni and all that sort of thing, but if you're really passionate about something, don't let anyone stop you from doing that, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd love to just get this out of the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they see, I mean, we're in Zimbabwe, we're African,
Yeah.
and we can't run away from the fact of ethnicity and all that.
Yeah.
You're white and black.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they look at you, they're like, well, it's because he's privileged. They come from a well-off family, and it's because they're rich, they get to do this. How has your background influenced what you do now, besides your parents and your grandparents being
So
karting?
I've never looked at someone differently, and I hope no one's ever looked at me differently.
After today's race, I look at you differently. You cheated.
We've come from I wouldn't say a very difficult background, but we have had times where we have been broke.
Right.
Like, we've been buying the cheapest bread in the shop, we've been eating rice for dinner, and that was our diet for many years. And I mean, thankfully everything did come right. And I mean, I have been able to get sponsorship, because without sponsors, I'd be nowhere. I'd still, be at school.
Yeah.
And struggling to find a university for the money we had. So thankfully everything did come right for me. But it's in karting and in any sport, it's not, I don't know how to word this, it's very equal.
Okay.
It's equal. If you look at the grids in South Africa, in all sports, VW Polo Cup, the Super Cup, karting, motocross, if we look at Zimbabwe as well, you know, there's all different ethnicities within motorsport, and it's very diverse.
Right. And talking of like the ratio of the drivers locally, I remember you said that there are probably only two white people and the rest are...
Yeah. So I started an academy beginning of this year actually, and it's grown hugely. I mean, I have 9 drivers now on my race team, and within that race team we have about maybe 5 different backgrounds, 5 different ethnicities. We have a girl in the team as well, which was very important for me because we hosted the Girls on Track FIA event here, and we really pushing the diversity of karting internationally.
That's good. And one of the most painful things, as like we were interacting earlier, the effect of COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID messed up a lot of people's lives, livelihoods. What was its effect on your career?
So 2018, before we went to, 2018 when I was racing, we did like 12 races down south. I was driving every single week, you know, practicing lots, pushing hard, and then COVID hit, and then all of a sudden flights were cancelled. I couldn't get to South Africa. We had lockdowns in Zimbabwe. Yeah. I can remember we had like, I don't know, we were in lockdown for like 3 months at some times. So it really affected me, and that's evidently what stopped my racing career. However, I didn't give up. I started the race team. I've always loved motorsport and racing. So if I can't be a driver, what can I be?
Yeah.
And that's when I decided to share my knowledge with youngsters. So I started the team. We only started with 4 drivers beginning of the year. Very small team. We pushed hard, and I mean now I have 9 drivers on my team, and it's the first race team in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
In karting, so it's been brilliant.
10 drivers.
Yeah.
I'm the 10th guy.
Yeah, we'll see.
So like, how do you keep yourself on top of the game? I know you managed to pivot well when you encountered COVID, but what's like a lot of people can try to replicate this.
Yeah.
But you as a visionary, what are some of your processes in keeping yourself ahead of everyone?
Well, I can't tell you that because other people can do it. No, no, I'm messing with you. I work for myself at a very young age. I'm 19 for about a month now. So self-motivation has been very key to my success. I've really had to be self-motivated. You know, it's that thing when you get up in the morning and you work for yourself and you think, I could sleep in for a bit, you know, but you have to be motivated, you know, wake up early, shower, do everything, get your act together, start your day. I'm very thankful that we have a workshop here. Come to work hard, full day, and then go home. Of course it helps that I do have knowledge about racing. So I mean, from my 12 years of experience, I can tell you what's wrong with a kart or how it's driving and how to improve it, but it's something that anyone can learn.
Okay. And from my research, which is actually from Drive to Survive, by the way, one of the key things I learned was the power of teams.
Yeah.
Having a strong team, and I mean it's evident with the team that runs this go-karting area.
Yeah.
But how has that influenced the way you drive or the way you grow?
So the team you're talking about
Next
for
on.
the karting area
the karting
is a family.
Okay.
You know, it's my mom, it's my dad, and myself. Yeah. And over the years we've had such great workers that are still with us to this day, and they've also become a part of the family. And in a way, when I first started, there was a lot of pressure on me. You know, I was one of the few people to race in South Africa for so many years. There was pressure for results, there was pressure from sponsors, there was pressure from the country to you know, represent and do well. And then it got quite a lot at some stages, and you know, the important part was to remember why I'm doing it, which is for myself, to have fun, and to hopefully make a career someday out of it, because school was not my thing.
Okay. And speaking of like a career out of it, what does the next 5 years look like? What's the new thing brewing up?
So I've just come back from a trip from South Africa, as you know, and I was there for 3 weeks with the team boss of RKT in South Africa, and we discussed a lot of different options for me. Thankfully, because of my racing experience and now team management, everything to do with the team, it's opened the doors hugely. So in the next few years, I'm going to be traveling quite a lot. I'm going to try to get to Italy for the World Finals again, but this time not as a driver, but as a team. Whether it's a mechanic or as team instructor or something. We haven't yet decided on what roles would better suit my characteristics, but we're going to try and get overseas. Of course, for the team locally, they don't have to worry, because I will still always, Zimbabwe is my home, you know. I was born and raised here, and I love the country a lot. So.
And you spoke earlier about like the diversity of the team that's here,
Yes.
the youngsters. What's been the impact of that racing family on these kids? Maybe for a parent who's watching,
It's been amazing. So diversity, we have girls in our team. We have a 6-year-old right up to a 14-year-old.
Wow.
So we've got this whole age range, which is huge. Like I said, we've got blacks, we've got whites, we've got Indians, we've got almost, you know, it's really diverse. And what I find truly amazing about my team, and we talked about it, it doesn't separate us. We're all a family. We have fun days here. All parents get along brilliantly. The kids are all laughing. We entertain the 6-year-old right up to the 14-year-old. And it's just really, really good fun. One thing I'd like to say though is never think that you're limited. You know, if you want to do something, you can do it. Right. You know, through us, whether it's karting, but also in day-to-day life. Never let someone tell you can't do something. Full stop. But if it's about ethnicity, then it's even more so. You know, it's 2022 now, coming into 2023. There's nothing stopping anyone, you know. I understand that some people may struggle, but it's, you know, struggling makes you stronger, it makes you more passionate, makes you pick the right choices, whereas someone who can do anything they want might not be successful at anything, you know. So just never let someone stop you or anything stop you.
I like that. Speaking of not letting anyone stop you, you have a big project brewing up.
Yeah, we do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So, we are opening a new racing track at National Sports Stadium. It's going to be built to FIA standards, which is the international standards for karting globally. We'll be hosting race meetings, we'll have rental karts. It's going to be a racing facility for GoKarting. So it's going to be, we have 12 different track layouts. It's much longer than this track. I mean, I'm sure you can feel your arms imagine a longer track now. And it's going to be brilliant. You know, we've been chipping away at it for about 3 months now, and we're hoping to open before Christmas. So it will be a very Merry Christmas. Yeah. No, it's been difficult. You know, there's a lot of struggles that come with construction and building something different. I mean, how many people can say they've built racetracks before? So my dad, an honest legend, designed this track and has designed this new track, and he's the main man behind most of karting in Zimbabwe, actually. So,
I like that. I like that. Well, we're coming to the end of the show.
Yeah.
But I know that there's some young people who are watching that watched you cheat. And
cheat?
Yeah, man, I beat you fair and square.
Never.
You saw the tires, they were skidding and sliding. But Zac, I mean, just...
I was being kind to you. Wow. You can see in the footage. I'll let you come past.
You know we have the power to edit, right?
Okay, if you're watching this, I did beat him. And he's edited the footage. Go.
So yeah, just give the young people, some parting shots, some inspiration to, whether it's to continue going on and pursuing their visions, regardless of how crazy they are. Yeah.
No matter what, I've said it many times in this interview, never let someone stop you. Whether it's your friends, if it's your family, make sure you have a good friend group, That's a very important part in growing up, is making sure you have a good friend group that supports you and makes you stay on the right track. The other thing I'd like to say is when you're young, you're the most energetic you'll ever be. Put that energy towards something good, If you don't like something, what's stopping you from fixing that something, I know Zimbabwe is difficult right now, and it's difficult for everyone, but we've just got to push through, try our best, and live life, There's no point complaining every day, because one day you're gonna die, so put your energy to good use.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. Put your energy to good use, live your life, because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Exactly.
MentorUslive, today's interview was so exciting, adrenaline filled, as I told you before. The winner here, Junior, Lewis Hamilton, and the other guy.
And the other guy.
But Zac, thank you so much for making time.
No worries. Honestly, it's been really, really good fun, and I hope to see you guys again soon.
I'm sure we will.
Whether the cameras are rolling or not, but I might need some
evidence.
Some evidence of the whitewash.
So anyway, we have to go. We have 1 or 2 rounds to go. He's going to teach me a few tricks. But like Zac said, you're young out there. Don't give up on your dreams. You can be anything you want. You can achieve anything you want if you put your mind to it. This is MentorUslive. Until next time,
Cheers.
let's go, Zac.
Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers.